This video explains the goddess Cybele. The goddess Cybele was worshipped in what is now Turkey, then called Phrygia. Mystical origins. Cybele is a mythical goddess, born in ancient Phrygia as a symbol of nature and fertility. She was very important to ancient peoples because of her power as an earth mother goddess, the source of life and the prosperity of nature. The birth of Cybele is rooted in ancient Phrygian culture, as an important myth that symbolizes the power of nature and the mystery of life. Cybele became the most revered goddess in the Phrygian religion, because she symbolized the forces of nature and life. People worshipped her for fertility and protection. Cybele's status was established as a central element of Phrygian culture and religion, and she became deeply rooted in the lives of her people. The mythology of Cybele changed over time, giving rise to different interpretations in various cultures. This is because Phrygia was absorbed into the Roman Empire over time. In different cultures and eras, people reinterpreted her story to fit their environment and beliefs. The evolution of the Cybele myth demonstrates the cross-cultural interaction and universality of the myth and reflects the diversity of the ancient world. Ancient rituals and beliefs. Ancient Cybele beliefs included a variety of rituals that celebrated nature and life. These rituals were based on the belief that Cybele was the source of power in nature, and were a way of expressing respect for her. For example, festivals celebrating the arrival of spring included solemn dance and music performances in hopes of nature's rebirth and fertility. These ancient rituals are cultural expressions of respect for Cybele, and symbolize a deep connection to nature. Cybele worship was imbued with powerful symbolism and meaning. These symbols were used to represent the abundance of life and nature. She represented as the Earth Mother Goddess. For example, she is often depicted riding a lion, which indicates her strength and mastery over wild nature. Cybele's symbolism was meant to represent her mythic power and her importance in Phrygian culture. Cybele's devotees incorporated her teachings into their daily lives, and engaged in deeply religious behavior. They practiced Cybele's teachings to maintain harmony with nature and to ensure fertility. The faithful sometimes set up altars dedicated to Cybele, and sometimes carried out conservation activities in her name. The actions of these believers illustrate how Cybele's teachings were deeply connected to their daily lives. Symbolism and mythology. Cybele is represented by many powerful symbols: the lion, the mountain, and the drum. These symbols reflect her power and majesty in the natural world, and her role as a god of life and fertility. For example, the lion is a symbol of her wildness and power, and the drum represents her connection to the beating heart of the earth. These symbols represent Cybele's key traits and express her mystical power. Many myths and stories exist for Cybele, depicting love and loss, power and protection. These stories were told by the ancients as a means of exploring the many facets of her character and role. For example, her tragic story with her beloved Attis symbolizes the strength of love and the sorrow of jealousy. The myth of Cybele illustrates her complex character and the depth of her influence on her followers. Cybele is known as the mother of nature, and as a powerful and protective goddess. Her personality symbolizes the relationship between nature and humanity, and the power of the feminine in people's lives. Her teachings continue to this day. Cybele in Phrygian culture. Cybele played a central role in Phrygian culture, as a symbol of life and natural fertility. Her presence was deeply rooted in people's daily lives and beliefs, symbolizing harmony with nature and abundant life. For example, in Phrygian society, which was primarily agricultural, Cybele was actively incorporated into festivals and rituals to pray for a successful harvest. Her role reflects the identity of Phrygian culture and its respect for nature. Cybele had a powerful influence and was widely accepted in the Roman Empire. The Romans were fascinated by her mastery over nature and her protective aspect, and they deified and worshipped her. For example, a large temple was built in Rome for Cybele, and her festivals were emphasized as national events. Cybele's influence illustrates the fusion of religious diversity and ancient culture in the Roman Empire. History of Cybele festivals and rituals. Although there are many theories, Cybele festivals and rituals have been considered an important tradition since ancient times, praying for the blessings of nature and life. These festivals were held to show respect to Cybele, and to celebrate the power of nature and fertility. In ancient times, the festival celebrated the coming of spring with frenzied dancing, music, and altar offerings. Cybele's festivals and rituals played an important role as an ancient tradition, expressing faith in her and reverence for nature. Now that we have discussed Cybele's earthly mother, goddess aspect and her role in harmony with nature, it is important to note that she was also a fearsome goddess. The story of Attis and Cybele. Attracted by the beauty of Attis, Cybele developed an intense affection for him, and being a nature goddess, Cybele was deeply attracted to Attis' beauty because of her strong attraction to beauty and purity. Attis attracted many people with her beauty, and the goddess Cybele was no exception. However, when Attis tried to marry another woman, Cybele was driven by intense jealousy. She had given all her love to Attis, and his marriage seemed an intolerable betrayal to her. Her jealousy turns to madness, and she is sent insane as punishment for Attis. Cybele's curse drove Attis insane, and he eventually took his own life. In his madness, he cut off his own reproductive organs, which caused his death. Deeply saddened by Attis' death, Cybele started a festival to commemorate his passing. She felt responsible for Attis' death, and created this festival to perpetuate his memory. The festival became known as Cybele, and became famous for its frenzied rituals. Well, the cause is Cybele. How was it? We explained about the goddess Cybele. I heard that there is also a Gundam named Cybele in the Japanese anime Gundam. I felt a strange connection. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like this video. History Spectrum.